Look closely at how we interact with the world today. We draw rigid, artificial borders, fracture humanity into rival groups, and drown out connection with a constant stream of social noise. Those fractures are often reinforced by how we define our belief systems, relying on a single historical founder, a specific starting point, or one exclusive holy book to draw a line between those who belong and those who don't. Yet there is an ancient living tradition known as Sanatana Dharma, often translated as the eternal way, that operates without any of those structural boundaries. There is no central authority dictating the truth. There is no single prophet who invented the rules, and no historical day one where the philosophy was officially launched. Because it lacks these rigid, exclusive markers, it functions as an ongoing investigation. It asks you to realize its principles through your own experience, rather than joining a closed club. To see where this investigation started, we have to look back over 5,000 years to the dense, isolated forests of the Himalayas. The seekers who mapped this philosophy were known as Rishis. They did not act as religious prophets. They operated as early scientists of human consciousness. They utilized deep, sustained meditation as an advanced observational technology to tune out the external environment and listen to the silent underlying mechanics of reality. Much like a modern physicist discovers the laws of gravity or thermodynamics, these sages simply observed and recorded universal truths. They did not invent them. The result is a vast spiritual laboratory. It provides a distinct set of tools for you to conduct your own internal experiments and verify these findings for yourself. This ancient Sanskrit manuscript is the Rigveda, one of humanity's oldest surviving texts. It documents a crucial early observation. Because human psychology is inherently diverse, there must logically be diverse paths to reach the truth. The highest philosophical realization of this tradition is a single ultimate reality called Brahman. It is a formless, genderless, infinite ocean of consciousness that acts as the raw power source for the entire cosmos. But the ancient sages recognized a limitation in human psychology. It's difficult for our minds to form a deep emotional bond with a boundless, formless concept. We need a physical anchor to focus on. Think of water. One base substance exists in multiple states, ice, steam, or liquid, while maintaining the same chemical structure. This applies to the divine. The infinite reality of Brahman manifests as specific personas, like Shiva or Shakti, giving the mind a concrete emotional focus. When a person bows before a physical deity, they are not worshiping a limited piece of stone. They are using that physical symbol as a lens to gaze directly at the infinite. The vast array of deities serves as a psychological accommodation, designed to meet every personality type exactly where they are. To reach the final stage of their investigation, the Rishis turned their observational tools inward, looking away from the vast cosmos and directly into the self. What they discovered is documented in the texts known as the Upanishads as a definitive equation. Atman, your individual soul, is exactly equal to Brahman, the supreme reality. This redefines your identity. You are no longer a flawed, separate creature looking up at a distant judge. The boundary between you and the infinite source of the universe disappears. This equation collapses the distance between humanity and God. It embeds supreme reality entirely within you. What are the sociological consequences of this? What happens when you recognize that the exact same divine light powers every living entity? Recognizing your own divine nature requires you to immediately recognize it in your neighbor, in strangers across the ocean, and in the natural environment. You see this applied daily in the traditional Indian greeting, Namaste. When someone presses their palms together at the heart and bows, it is a literal mechanical action, the divine spark in one person acknowledging the divine spark in another. This action strips away the polite surface layer of social interaction. It applies the equation of Atman and Brahman to dismantle interpersonal hatred and division. This piece of bold Sanskrit script anchors the final result of this worldview. It reads, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That phrase translates to, the world is one family. Notice the total absence of national, religious, or cultural boundaries in that definition. This boundaryless family ties into the tradition's core prayer, which demands happiness and freedom from illness for all beings, without exception or exclusion. When you realize the person you're arguing with is powered by the exact same spark as you, the impulse to divide or hate loses its foundation. Realizing your perceived enemy is your own family is the first step toward lasting peace.